They say the house always wins. In the world of professional wrestling, the house was Vince McMahon for decades, and now it is TKO Group Holdings. Wrestlers have historically broken their bodies, missed their families, and sacrificed their health for a paycheck that the company strictly controls. But in 2024, one man flipped the script entirely. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson didn't just win the game, he bought the board. While he hasn't wrestled a full-time schedule in 10 years, he walked away with a financial package this year that makes current champions' salaries look like pocket change. This story isn't just about a wrestling return. It is about the greatest corporate heist in sports entertainment history. To understand the robbery, you first have to look at how he entered the building. In September 2023, the wrestling world shifted when WWE merged with the UFC to form the corporate juggernaut TKO Group Holdings. In January 2024, The Rock joined the TKO Board of Directors. This was a Trojan horse move. By securing a seat at the table with Ori Emanuel and Nick Khan, Rock effectively became the boss of the people who used to employ him. Unlike a Legends contract, which keeps stars on a leash, The Rock negotiated a position of governance. He isn't answering to Triple H in a corporate sense. He is overseeing him. This power move ensured that before he even stepped through the curtain at WrestleMania, he had already won the war in the boardroom. But the real shock lies in the paper trail. Hidden in the SEC filings was a number that made financial analysts drop their jaws: $30 million. Dwayne Johnson was granted $30 million worth of TKO stock, essentially for signing his name and agreeing to promotional services. To put this in perspective, the average WWE main roster wrestler makes between $250,000 and $500,000 a year. Even top stars like Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns have to work hundreds of dates to earn their millions. The Rock, however, secured a fortune simply for his presence. This equity award created a massive wealth gap, as he earned more for being a board member than the entire active roster earned for wrestling matches. If the stock was the cash from the vault, the intellectual property was the crown jewel. For decades, WWE's business model relied on owning the names of its characters. But in 2024, The Rock did the impossible. He acquired full ownership of the trademark The Rock. This is staggering because The Rock is a global brand worth billions in merchandise and movies. By stripping WWE of this asset, Dwayne Johnson no longer rents his identity, he owns it. TKO effectively gave away one of their most iconic assets for free just to get him on the board. This means he can now monetize his name without WWE taking a cut. A level of freedom no other wrestler in history has ever achieved. The heist didn't stop at stocks and names. It extended to a lavish lifestyle funded by the company. Buried in the fine print of the TKO proxy statement was a staggering figure: approximately $2.6 million spent on travel and accommodation for Dwayne Johnson in 2024 alone. While the average WWE superstar drives rental cars through the night and sleeps in budget hotels, The Rock's travel budget funded private Gulfstream jets, presidential suites, and a massive entourage including writers, brand managers, and security. This highlights a massive class divide within the company. TKO essentially turned the WWE budget into The Rock's personal travel agency, subsidizing his Hollywood lifestyle and draining resources that could have supported the full-time roster. Money is power, but in WWE, creative control is everything. And this is where the heist went from financial to fundamental. When The Rock returned, he used his new leverage as a board member to initially insert himself into the WrestleMania main event, pushing aside Cody Rhodes, the man who had earned the spot. When the fans revolted with the "We Want Cody" movement, The Rock didn't step down. He pivoted. He created the final boss persona and operated completely above the law. Because he outranked Triple H and Nick Khan, he was able to curse on live TV, use blood, and hijack the show's runtime to tell his story. He proved that he wasn't just a character, but a puppet master who could rewrite the script to save his own image, proving that if you have enough power, the rules simply do not apply to you. Now that the dust is settled and The Rock has returned to Hollywood, we are left to ask, was it worth it from Dwayne Johnson's perspective? It was the perfect crime. He secured $30 million in equity, reclaimed the rights to his name, lived on a $2.6 million expense account, and revitalized his career. For WWE, the trade-off is more complex. While they got a record-breaking WrestleMania and massive mainstream attention, they set a dangerous precedent that the company is no longer a meritocracy, but an aristocracy, where celebrities play by different rules. The Rock didn't just come home to help the family business. He bought the house, evicted the landlords, and charged them rent. As rumors swirl about WrestleMania 41, one thing is clear: The Rock played the game better than Vince McMahon ever could.